residents of Riot City, welcome to the Golden Grove Arts and Recreation Centre, and welcome to PowerTrip 2026. I am the historian Angus R. Dacey, joined as always by Sean Thomas.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So saith Lord Acton, and so saith us here at Riot City Wrestling as we get set to deal with a power trip of our own. Is good Lord, Dr. Richard Gouda is set to take on the responsibilities of general manager here tonight at PowerTrip.
Who knows what is in store for us, what is in store for CBTM, and of course, what is in store in our main event tonight as the champ looks to become a 4-time champion here tonight.
Our debut at Golden Grove, but we don't rest on our laurels here at RCW. We continue to evolve.
First time ever, 2 of Australia's best step in the ring for the Emerald Crown.
I am everything that Riot City Wrestling is.
You're leaving with nothing but a bruised ego.
Violet, I know you think I'm all glitter and hair bows, but I think you underestimate me.
Sometimes a man's gotta do what a seaman's gotta do. I've played this game with you before and won. What makes you think that you can beat me?
The chaplain of the old guard. The grandest champion that RCW has ever seen.
With my brother by my side, I can do anything, including beating you, Dean Brady.
That power trip, Nick, the real champ, is here.
Well, we've got an oddball trio to start off PowerTrip this evening, Sean Thomas. Of course, let's just take a moment to really breathe in this venue, the Golden Grove Arts and Recreational Centre. It is our first time here, our debut at this venue for PowerTrip, and it is a absolutely gorgeous venue.
I can tell you this, Coach Cornell never had anyone like Kit and Scorch to bully around or let alone teach. This is such a odd pairing, second only to their opponents. I do not understand how either of these teams are meant to function as a cohesive unit. I'm loving this. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, straight out of Layla's Lounge, it is the team of Mr. Cliff, Smash, and Layla Page. And we saw on social media during the week that Layla, to get her team together, to get them cohesive, she decided to give them all makeovers.
I'm noticing now, I know they're all kind of wearing a lot of Page-ified gear. How many masks does Smash have?
That's an excellent question. We saw Layla obviously coming out to the original, formerly red Smash mask. Of course, Mr. Cliff out to the V2 mask, and we see the new, reborn, if you will, the ultimate version of Smash. He is Red Smash no longer, Sean. He is simply Smash.
When a boy becomes a man, you lose the red. Essentially, right? Smash becomes Red Smash. No, Red Smash becomes Smash. There's too much going on. We haven't even started the match here. And then, of course, I loathe to think what is going to occur the second we have Smash and Kit within that same ring. They have been going at it since the Rumble earlier this year. Just a complete vitriol these two men have for each other.
This is a fascinating matchup, of course. Let's not forget the ongoing saga between Coach Cornell and Mr. Cliff. But it looks like it's going to be Coach and Smash to kick things off here at PowerTrip 2026.
Wise, you don't want to get too aggressive too early and put any of these rivals in the ring together. Aggression could get the better of them. Emotions could get the better of them. Let's start off small and maybe see if you can teach the kid a thing or two, Cornell.
Yeah, Cornell, nice arm drag, but look at the way the Smash just floated through. Now takes control with that Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
Both quite eclectic in their very given styles. The high flyer that is Smash, able to simply just look at that. Wherever he is able to seemingly make up moves on the spot, and that works quite nicely against the fluidity of Cornell, does it not?
And I like this, right back to that top wrist lock. Now going for that tag. Here comes the arch nemesis of Coach, who quickly tags out.
Out goes Cornell!
Quicker than a hiccup, Coach is out. I believe Kit got the tag.
And funnily enough, Kit and Smash want everything to do with each other. Cornell wants absolutely nothing to do with the vice principal.
And you can just see that Mr. Cliff is just goading, but perhaps he'll take, yes, he's going to take centering here, goes for that lockup, waist lock applied by Kit.
Both Kit and Mr. Cliff have really come into their own here at Riot City Wrestling. Of course, casting your mind back to what feels like an age ago now, RCW 300, the victory of the century, as it were. Cliff finally gathering a victory, and conversely, Kit here has finally come into the spotlight. It feels like on his own here in RCW.
Yeah, Kit is really making a name for himself since his return. And look at that, pushes Mr. Cliff into unfriendly territory.
Just a perpetual chip on his shoulder. Kit just screaming at the vice principal. There we go.
Yeah,
and
Cornell,
now, well,
causing the distraction. First cover of the night, lateral press, 1 count only, says a referee.
Feels like more of a year 10 thing to do, don't you think? To be distracted. You really need to have your eye on the prize. You're the teacher after all. And in comes Scorch here with the boot to the midsection.
And we saw during the week, Scorch, his only game plan was fire.
Arson.
Arson. I don't know. Is that's probably an instant disqualification. We're going to have to see what Scorch can do in the ring. He is a very proficient wrestler. We've seen him on a lot of our Mean Street Mayhem events. Of course, we've got another Mean Street Mayhem coming up this coming Saturday. It's got to be May. Right now, Scorch taking it to Mr. Cliff, but you don't want to get too distracted.
You don't really want to be setting fire to the place. That's a sure way to lose your deposit here at the Golden Grove Recreation Center.
We want to come back here. This is a gorgeous venue, as I said. This is just what Mr. Cliff needs, that distraction, but nicely cut off by Scorch.
Notice there, Scorch just using the sheer size and the strength to manhandle Mr. Cliff, who's wiggling his way out. Oh, wrong corner.
Yeah,
wrong corner, mate.
Wrong corner for Scorch. There's that spine buster. I thought he was going to go for a
Manhattan drop.
Yeah.
Maybe thought way to get a bit more impact out of it.
Unorthodox to say the least, but very, very effective. And there was a 2 count there for Scorch for the masked vigilante. And now this is what I wanted to see. Renewing that rivalry from Fringe Mania. We saw that schoolyard brawl. Now after Scorch delivers his low kick, we're going to see Mr. Cliff and Coach Cornell. Look at this. Whoa. Sent on right to the midsection.
Yeah, of course, now that Cliff is down and seemingly out, Cornell feeling a lot more confident about heading into the ring against his academic rival, as it were. Academic? Maybe.
Academic rival, yeah. I don't know. I don't think Coach Cornell holds a PhD or anything like that.
Really have to pull both of their permanent records out and see what's kind of going underneath the surface here with Cornell and Mr. Cliff themselves, who are now just going to town on each other. Physicality. Yeah,
I'm liking this aggression from Coach Cornell, but I'm enjoying the resilience on display by Mr. Cliff, grabbing onto that rope there, preventing the Irish whip. Although now he ends up in the corner.
I'm still unsure. Is it just professional jealousy here? I'm not entirely sure what exactly is Cornell's issue with the vice principal. Hold up!
Schoolboy roll up here, 2 count only. I guess it really just boils down to there can only be one teacher in RCW. Look at this exploder suplex.
Yeah, that's it. Highlander rules here in the teaching realm.
2 and all. That was nearly it right there, right then. Yeah, Highlander rules. There can only be one. And that I mean, started at the Rumble, has led us all the way here to PowerTrip.
The Rumble really has been a source of contention for a lot of members of the Riot City Wrestling roster here. That's exactly how we saw Kit and Smash heat things up themselves. And speaking of heating things up,
hard in that corner there. That's right. For those who can't remember, can't think back that far, Kit and Smash were number 1 and number 2 in the Rumble. They almost went the distance, both of them.
Hold on. Referee, come on, turn around.
Josh Stewart distracted there. I think now he sees, yes, the illegal choking of Mr. Cliff in the corner. Buys Mr. Cliff some time there, I think, for a second. But look at this, they're hanging on.
Cliff needs to get out of that corner and fast. He's bought himself a slight reprieve here.
Ducks that back elbow. Now Irish whips, this is what he's got to do into his corner. Big splash, and there's the tag, and here comes Smash.
Here we go, Smash and Kit finally together once again.
And Kit said during the week that he wanted to kill Smash. He said, I don't mind if we maim Layla Page or wound Mr. Cliff, but I want to kill Smash. Well, now Smash is getting his chance, but...
Good Lord, taking his head off.
Spoke too soon. There's that Garmin Geary from Kit.
Hey, you know, it has gone beyond what this... Oh my, careful now. And that is going to be a surefire way to draw Layla Page into the ring. Oh!
Pele kick, and that staggered kid who's on the outside on the apron.
I was going to say,
sweater vest is off.
It's gone beyond any sort of rhyme or reason. The fact of the matter is these two just want to fight until one of them has dropped.
Is the Escalera.
Oh my God!
Hurricane Rana, and taking out all members of the opposition. Well done, Smash.
In one fell swoop, the entire team of, what is it, the Fire Nation, I don't know what we're calling them, have been taken down by Smash.
The fans here cannot believe what they've just seen. What athleticism by Smash.
Remembering, of course, it is one fall to a finish, and this is not no disqualification. Here, you need to get Kit back in the ring, drag the carcass back in to make the pinfall.
This match has been chaotic. It has been everything it lived up to on the billing. And now I think the plan is to get Kit back in somehow. He is just dead weight at this point. And that,
oh my God,
I think is what Mr. Cliff is doing. Look at that suplex.
Oh, school transfer.
Almost a dead weight suplex there.
There you go, Cliff. That's a name you can use.
And now you can see, well, hold on, we've got a cover now. We've got a cover from Smash. Could be all over.
Gonna say, wisely going for the cover there. Look to finish this one as early as possible. And note as well, Layla Page has yet to make her way into this match.
Yeah, she is desperate for that tag on the outside. She spent all that time doing the makeover for her boys. Hold on, Smash. Could we see the Smash driver? No.
Wait a minute. Coming over. God, both their heads taken clean off. Center of the ring.
They had the same idea and the same outcome to both men, and you can see Layla Page. She is just a ball of lightning on the outside here.
I said almost jumping out of her boots just to get into the ring there. Smash needs to, I'm sure he can hear the call, needs to drag his way over to the center of the ring, and Kit wisely going to do the same.
Yeah, Kit's looking for that tag. Smash, who's going to get there first? Whoever gets there first is going to have the advantage. Here comes.
There you go, Page.
Layla Page gets the tag. So does Coach Cornell. Here we go, Layla Page. Taking it to Coach, taking it to Scorch. She is going scorched earth here on this team.
Look at that, just clean house here. Layla Page, one corner to the other. Cornell.
Look at that pent-up kinetic energy. Here goes Scorch to the outside, landing on the apron. And here comes Coach, taking out Scorch.
That's going to leave finally here. I mean, Layla Page has been looking good grief.
Sky high, cover now, 2 and no. Broken up by Kit.
It's going to take more than that to put them away, and Kit is absolutely not going to let that happen. He has no problem. What was it? Maiming Layla Page?
That's right, he said he wants to maim Layla Page. And this is not good for Layla Page. Look, she had that flurry of offense there, but Kit is a veteran. He knows what he's doing, and that just crushed the skull of Layla.
Dragging her by the hair across the ring, stomping on her face.
And this is why is getting rid of the opposition team now. Drags the Coach, the legal man, of course.
Kit's not even the legal person.
There's the tag. That Sky High almost did it for Layla Page, but has she got anything else left in the tank?
There you go. Looking for a violent end perhaps here.
Oh, we've seen
Kit.
this.
Oh my God.
Not the Juggernaut driver, not that Juggernaut. Oh, Layla Page out of the way. And there's Smash.
Yeah,
made the tag.
Tag made. I don't think Kit might be aware now.
There's that Garmin Girian. And what is Smash doing as he ascends to the heights here of the Golden Grove Rec Center?
I mean, tag right back.
Quick tags, but what is this? The 450!
Clean as a whistle!
Rolls through, and now,
hold on!
Tope Suicida, taking out everyone.
Plenty of room out there.
Layla left now. I don't think Kit even knows who is legal. I don't think he knows what postcode is in. And Layla Page looking to end things once and for all.
Oh my God!
Face first goes Kit. The cover.
Whoa.
2.
Whoa.
That's it. She did it.
I'm not sure what that was, but that was enough to drive Kit through the mat and secure the victory for her team.
Well, Layla Page victorious alongside Mr. Cliff and Smash. What a outing here. What an impressive victory for a very impressive trio, Sean.
Hey, Gouda, I hope you're watching. If you're going to be GM any longer than this night, which let's all pray he's not, these are some competitors that you need to be looking for going into the future here in RCW.
Oh, this is an extremely exciting outcome, an extremely bright future here for Riot City Wrestling. Layla Page barely debuted. She's only 3 or 4 matches into her career. The sky is truly the limit for her. But someone on the ascendancy right now is Smash. I mean, I am just chomping at the bit to see this guy get in championship contention. I think he's almost there. What a great showing. What a great match. Let us roll onwards and forwards as we continue with PowerTrip.
I'm telling you, they ain't got a chance. They don't stand a chance because, Ben, you remember what happened last time we played this game with each other. I pinned you 1, 2, 3 in the middle of that ring, and here at PowerTrip at Golden Grove, my city, my town, it ain't gonna be no exception. I hate you as a man, I definitely hate you as a manager, and the whole world's gonna see tonight they even hate you more as a karate master, you compound. Let's go.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we did have a four-way match scheduled, but as you will have seen on RCW socials earlier today, the match has been changed to a triple threat match due to Brady Hunter being injured. Let's bring him on out right now. Introducing first, the coming to the ring, lying debut fortune, and represent the kings of Rowan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dark King,
Well, of course, this was originally scheduled to be a fatal four-way. Brody Hunter not able to compete, so now we have a three-way, a triple threat. Still a blockbuster match featuring, obviously, Zach Sabbath, who recently has reunited with his wife, Mickey Fortune, reforming the Kings of Ruin after quite a tumultuous 2025 show.
And you know what? I understand. They're husband and wife. They're together through thick and thin. I do not understand this union. I do not understand this Dark King. To color me shocked and flabbergasted, to say the least.
Of course, you understand this man, his hopes, his dreams, his ambitions. Red Shaw has one thing on his mind, that is championship gold. He was unsuccessful in his bid to become Grand Champion back at Fringe Mania, coming up short against Dean Brady at Super Clash. But tonight, in this big-time triple threat match, a win could really catapult him back into that conversation, that contention, Shaw.
I may not understand the intricacies that have made up the relationship nowadays between Zach Sabbath and Mickey Fortune. They basically are one person at this point, but the fact of the matter is you are absolutely right. Red Shaw has come back here with one thing in mind: beat up people, get some gold.
Bring him bodies or bring him gold. And Aynard the Strange, who's been hovering around that title conversation as well since his return to Riot City Wrestling. Damn, just about a year ago, Sean, he came back. He's had his run-ins with many members of the rosters, including Chasm and Joe Master, to name a few, but I think he wouldn't be too pleased with his output at the Fringe. He was unsuccessful in that Fringe Frenzy seven-way scramble. But General Manager Big Brody Marshall put him in this match here tonight. He must have big plans for Aynard the Strange and his future. A win could definitely ensure that.
I mean, Aynard the Strange, I don't understand the man, but I understand that he thrives on chaos, that he thrives on simply battering people just for the sake of battering people. And really, he has an opportunity to do that just now. What in the hell is going on, and what in the world is Mickey Fortune whispering to her husband outside the ring? One can only imagine.
Well, this is it. We are post-Fringe Mania. Fringe Mania is in the rear-view mirror. Everything is reset. The table has been reset. So this is a great opportunity for everyone involved to stake their claim to why they should be considered for big opportunities here in 2026.
Yeah, these three men all seem wildly invigorated, reinvigorated, ready. They've got the stage set here, and this is exactly right. Big Brody made this match. It's really kind of an opportunity to say, here you go, have fun, show me what you got. Let's see what comes out from it.
Exactly, show me what you've got indeed. And I think Zach Sabbath is trying to form an alliance here with Aynard the Strange.
I mean, don't trust that. Don't trust him. What are you doing?
I don't think that look on Einar's face is too agreeable. Oh, but maybe Renshaw, says Zach Sabbath. Maybe we could be a team here.
I mean, Renshaw's not an idiot. Hey, well, and there you go. That's exactly what happens.
So what happens when you're a little bit more agreeable than Einar the Strange, I guess. Well, that's what you got to do in a triple threat match. You got to eliminate your opponents, basically make it a singles match as mostly as you can.
See here, battle here between Sabbath and Einar the Strange. Oh, just here we go, just colliding into the chest of one another and just looking to really take your pound of flesh.
Battle of the Titans here. These guys tore it up back when they were primarily tag team wrestlers a few years ago.
Oh my God!
Oh, just look at that.
Launched across the ring.
I don't think Retro even moved. He just stood there and Sabbath ran right into him like a brick wall.
Now here we go, big meaty men slapping meat. This is what I want to say. Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. Slapping the meat off each other. Making some chest red raw.
One thing that is definitely hard is the head of Einar the Strange. You see that Sabbath wisely moving out of the way.
Here comes Renshaw, sanding Sabbath into Einar.
I mean, again, don't trust the man. What are you doing?
A little bit of an alliance here, Zach and Renshaw. Oh, but I spoke too soon.
What did I just say?
Lariat from the Dark King, who says he wants to once again rule RCW with an iron fist. Oh, and broken up in the nick of time by Einar.
You know, let's talk about Zach Sabbath. It was not too long ago that he was in an absolutely violent and bloody war with his own wife. We had no idea what was happening between the two of them, and now they find themselves on the weird same path. And oddly though, that has really just made the both of them stronger. It's hard to dispute that.
Oh, look, they found the common goal here. They want to take over Riot City. They want to both be at the top of the mountain. I think by reuniting, they can do that. Full Nelson applied by Zach Sabbath. Einar breaks through, elbow to the side of the head.
And oh my God!
Wait, what was that from Einar? Rebounding lariat?
Flying, launching himself into the ropes, coming across.
This man is just so impressive. He continues to impress me. Rolling through, gets caught! And slammed right across the sternum of Sabbath, courtesy of Renshaw.
There you go, 2 birds, 1 stone. Eliminate one opponent, pin the other.
2 count, says Josh Stewart, our referee for this match. A challenging match to be the referee for at the best of times, but with these 3 unpredictable forces in the ring, who knows what's going to happen.
It's a challenging match to win. You
Wasteland
have the eyes in
coming
the
up.
back of your head.
Wasteland maybe no, says Renshaw. Who's thinking dead weight power slam.
God, both men jockeying for position here.
Into the corner, there's I was going to say a European uppercut. That's what I thought he was going to do, but just using Einar's body as a weapon.
That's it, wait, oh, and that weapon has been caught.
Yeah, 1 too many times. Einar holding on though.
Yeah, for dear life, wisely so. Hold up.
Zach Sabbath gets the double German suplex, Sean.
Imagine your Einar immediately feeling double the force there.
And Einar definitely got the worst of it, hence Zach's making the cover to him. And now I think he's going to shoot the half and go for Renshaw too, and Renshaw able to kick out also.
This is one of those interesting things about a triple threat or 3-way dance, is that you have to make a decision sometimes on who you believe is the worst injured individual, who to make the cover on.
Yeah, it's good strategy at the best of times. Now, Zach has clearly zeroed in on, oh my God, just lifting the side of the head. That can't be hygienic. Good thing we're post-COVID, in a post-COVID world. Anyway, Vile Driver, maybe not, says Renshaw. Catches the boot of Sabbath.
So all these men so well versed in each other's movesets, and so oh my God, case in point.
There's a back elbow. There's a spinning back heel kick. There's wait, a double encore. Did I just see that right, Sean?
Double encore. Who do you pin?
Well, I don't know if Einar's even going to go for the pin. He seems like he's got other things on his mind here.
The understanding that it might take a little bit more than that to take out the Dark King.
And fair enough, go that little bit extra mile. It's a triple threat match. You've got to show what you're made of.
Wait a minute.
There's a flying splash there. This time the cover, and Renshaw breaking it up.
I'd love to get the lowdown on what Einar the Strange calls that maneuver.
Yeah, if you're game enough to ask him, go for it. Oh, headbutt.
Oh!
There's a roundhouse from Red. Shaw sends him, Aina careening off the ropes. The momentum carries him into the Samoan.
Gotta say, what in God's name is this? How in the hell?
This is not good for either man, and there's a combo Samoan drop and a fall-away slam.
There you go. Question, who got the worst of that encounter? It wasn't Redshaw.
Yeah, Redshaw is looking good right now. He'd be my pick to win this one if I was a betting man.
You can see his pure adrenaline that Redshaw works off of. He lives it, breathes it, sleeps it.
And now Redshaw has the pick of the lot here. He could go for Zach, he could go for Aina. I think he's going to go for Zach because Zach was the first man to his feet.
He just absorbs that blow from Zach Sabbath. Deadweight power slam.
Hey, he gets it. This is a match ender, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it, it's over.
2 and oh! Aina breaking it up.
So the nick of time, Aina the Strange realizing, and you can see on the outside there, beside herself, Mickey Fortune watching so intently.
Yeah, she's usually got her cards quite close to her chest, but I think she gave it away a little bit. There's some concern on the face of the Huntress.
This is keeping a close eye there from the outside.
Aina somehow able to get back, but look at this vertical suplex and the knees from Aina.
To battling from upside down.
Well, Sister Abigail could be coming up for Redshaw. Oh no, Redshaw out of the way. Sends Aina up.
Oh my God.
And down, my God.
Do not believe it is very often that Aina gets launched that high in the air.
Aina leaving his feet for what felt like seconds. Another deadweight power slam could be incoming. It is locked. It is. Oh no!
It's a double miss.
Yeah, double green miss from the Dark King. Watch out, Aina. You're right in the drop zone for a potential vile driver.
Triple threat rules, no disqualification.
And now here's a high stack cover. Oh, there's the 3, and your victor, Zach Sabbath, much to the delight of Mickey Fortune.
And the Dark King solidifies that victory here, and you know Big Brody Marshall and I guess for tonight, Dr. Richard Gouda is indeed watching.
Zach Sabbath is very happy with that. One step closer to, once again, ruling Riot City. I guess he's going to have his eyes fixed on the main event tonight between Nick Armstrong and Dean Brady, because if you're going to rule Riot City, you must become the Grand Champion, I suppose.
It's hard to tell exactly what is in purview here what is it in the view screen here for Zach Sabbath and Mickey Fortune. What exactly are their intentions going forward? But one thing is for certain, they are a united front, and I believe everyone is on notice.
Well, coming up next, Sean, I don't know how you and I are going to call this one, because we have a truly unorthodox tag team match. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're sitting down for this one. It is going to be one for the history books.
Oh, Golden Grove, it is I, the official ego, Matt Hayter. Now, Brax, you said something that is sure and true during the week, that I am only one championship away from the RCW Grand Slam. That's my last task that I have to complete in this company. And tonight, I'm doing it. Bring your minerals, you're gonna need them.
Residents, we continue PowerTrip with a tag team match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first.
Well, Jimmy C is a bit of a renaissance man when it comes to this professional wrestling industry, Sean. Not only is he a commentator on occasion, not only is he a manager, he is also now a wrestler, it seems. And we are set for quite an unusual tag team match as we see Bob and his manager, Jimmy C, go against Old Man Havoc and his manager, Benjamin Rosenthal.
And Jimmy C out here looking like a goddamn Power Ranger.
The Orange Power Ranger.
You know what? While we're out here going to the 90s, let's go back a little bit further.
Well, this is a true throwback, if you will. If you're a fan of the Super Nintendo, if you're a fan of Street Fighter, then you'll no doubt be familiar with the outfit, the Riot outfit that Benjamin Rosenthal is wearing. And of course, resplendent in his power glove, Old Man Havoc. Together they are Old Man Havoc and the 20th Century Boy. And we are set for one of the most bizarre tag team matches you will see anywhere, Sean.
You know what? I don't know how we got here. I don't really need to know why. The fact of the matter is, I have to admit, I really do want to see Jimmy C and Ben Rosenthal in the ring at the same time. This is what I'm here for. This is the real power trip. Let's do it. So it looks like at least we are starting off with the veterans here in Old Man Havoc and the bitter old bastard himself. Here we go.
Was a throwback to the origins of professional wrestling in this state. These two guys were here basically at the inception, and it looks like we might see them go at it, or...
Oh, we get this Christmas early? Absolutely, let's go, Angus!
Well, this is also a bit of a throwback because those of you who have a long enough memory will remember 7 years ago, the old HQ days, Battle for Supremacy. These two guys met in the center of the ring in quite a feel-good moment at the time, which has since been tainted by Jimmy C's recent attitude.
I wonder how much time have they put in the ring over the past, what is it, seven years or so now? Like, time has passed, the men have aged. There we go. Got it. Jimmy C feeling the fire already. His calf must be absolutely shattered.
Well, let's not forget, Benjamin Rosenthal has a legitimate karate background. Jimmy C's got to have his wits about him here.
So you tell me that black belt is not for show?
That's a legitimate black belt. Benjamin Rosenthal, look, he's not trained in professional wrestling, but he is trained in karate. He is, at the competition level, he is a actual black belt.
Here you go. Look, I hope there have been some pearls of wisdom then that Bob has been giving to Jimmy C. What the hell is this?
Jimmy C trying to psych himself up for a crane kick, perhaps. Hey, this ain't the Karate Kid. You know, Daniel LaRusso.
That's a sure way to pull a hamstring.
And a tag out, of course.
You know what? At least he tried.
But now I'm very curious. How is a wrestler like Bob going to match up against an actual karate expert?
I mean, this is mixed martial arts. This is MMA.
This really is MMA. Ultimate Fighting Riot. And I don't know if that's an official karate move there.
I can tell you it's a wise move is what it is.
And turn around. Here's Havoc. Now we're going to see this match play out. Of course, back at the Fringe, at Fringe Mania, Havoc was victorious over Bob.
Yeah, a bit of a... Maybe the man does really have a bionic elbow in him.
These two, their rivalry stems back to the Riot C Rumble when we saw the debut of Old Man Havoc. Came out in that gear with that power glove, and Bob was not too impressed, not too amused, and eliminated Havoc from that Rumble match.
Both Old Man Havoc and the bitter old bastard himself, they are throwbacks. That is what they are. They're from a bygone era, a time gone past.
We go schoolboy roll up from Old Man Havoc, kick out at 2 from Bob. And this effectively, I was about to say is effectively a singles match.
Speaking of effective, I don't think whatever Jimmy C was trying to do there was that effective, but the distraction was indeed.
Yeah, that's where Jimmy C is really going to be paying dividends tonight. He is very distracting in that orange leotard he's wearing.
I have commentated with Jimmy C. He is indeed distracting.
Just a distracting presence, and he made the tag, I think. He's the legal man, and Bob, turn around. Here's Havoc.
Oh, there you go. Unfortunately, taking a bit too much time to gloat. Turn around, indeed, Jimmy C.
Jimmy C going to be brought in the hard way by the looks of it, and now this is not where he wants to be. Right between Havoc and the karate master, Benjamin Rosenthal. And Havoc, how do you let that happen?
Sorry, unfortunately, you have to be a part of the match here. Jimmy C has to become Jimmy Do.
Watch out, watch out. Here's Bob. Ducks the line. Hot shots. Havoc. Havoc's down, but how is Jimmy going to take advantage of this?
Any way he can. scratch claw or just tag your tag team partner back in.
Well, that was one of the least effective sequences I've seen from a wrestler, thanks to Jimmy C. Bob did all the heavy lifting there. There's a suplex.
I have to say, though, Jimmy C, I think, has understood the memo here. You are here to be a distraction, to lure them out and really create a diversion for Bob to then pick up the pieces. I have to say, as a tag team, they are working efficiently.
Well, there's a 2 count off the leg drop, and I think now Bob's saying, you want to have another go, Jimmy? Tag in, here comes the C-Man.
I can tell you this, I don't think Jimmy C wants to have another go. That is a man who is trepidatious.
All right, let's see what Jimmy C's offense looks like. I'm very curious here, Sean.
He's not a spider. You can attack him.
Jimmy C's offense is in Pokemon, to throw a Pokemon cliche out, not very effective. Havoc, I mean, he's down, but is he out? That is the question. No, he's not. Look at this.
Stomp after stomp and tagging back Bob here.
Yeah, quicker than you like. Bob back in the ring. Jimmy tags out, but you know, Bob is a dangerous man, and even if this was a straight-up singles match, Havoc would have to be careful because Bob is a talented wrestler, former Riot City Wrestling Tag Team Champion, of course.
That's it. You notice here, Bob and Jimmy C have been doing everything they can to keep Havoc on their side of the ring. Not that I think Ben Rosenthal exactly wants to get back in the ring, but at the moment it is effectively a 2-on-1 affair.
Yeah, I think those are distractions are definitely working to keep Havoc focused on Jimmy, keep him in that corner. It's definitely, you're right. Look, the wrestling, not very pretty, but the actual strategy, I think, pretty good.
Well, here you go. This is exactly what Bob is trying to do. You see those choice shots to the gut there, really attacking the stomach, attacking the breathing, really trying to take the cardio and the endurance away from Old Man Havoc.
Still got to worry about disqualifications there. This is not a no DQ match. And Havoc gets that back elbow up after the little bit of reprieve there, thanks to the referee.
And going back to the well, and unfortunately, Bob meet boot.
Bob meet boot indeed, and now Havoc got some offense here, got some strength back, tries that fireman's carry. Bob slides down the back door. Watch out, there's the German suplex. Wow.
What an interesting tag match. You can see Jimmy C and Ben Rosenthal both willing on their tag partners. Not necessarily that they want to get in the ring. They want their tag team partner to finish the match now.
Yeah, exactly. You'd think both managers men on the outside would prefer to remain that way. And, okay. This is an interesting strategy now. Bob has done a lot of damage, softening up Havoc. Jimmy C gets the tag. What is he going to do?
Did the glove come off?
More power, I guess.
Again, now Jimmy C is indeed the legal man of this match. And
oh, come on.
There you go.
That is actually a very well applied chin lock there. Just got to make sure it's not below the chin. I think the referee's in a good spot to see that.
That's it. Really clench it in deep. You want no sunlight there, Jimmy?
Havoc, though, able to get to a vertical base. This is not what Jimmy C wants. Jawbreaker. Jimmy off the ropes, and he's down again.
I have to wonder, does Jimmy C indeed have a glass jaw?
Jimmy C's like one of those Pokemon with extremely low HP.
Oh!
Doesn't take much to knock him down.
Now Ben here, Ben Rosenthal back in the ring and goading on Jimmy C.
And the tag was not seen by the referee. He was too busy with Jimmy and Bob. Ben Rosenthal tagged, but the ref did not see it. Havoc is a sitting duck here in the ring. And look, Bob's going for that reverse chin lock now.
I think, yeah, Bob's saying this is how it's done. Now, I'd say I did not realize that the ref did not see the tag made. I really thought that was fair play to them all, but it is the games and the antics of Bob and Jimmy C that are really coming to the forefront and are being so damn effective.
Look, when you look like a giant carrot on the outside, it's going to be very distracting to wrestler and referee alike.
Here we go, but now Bob coming off the ropes and now met with a knee to the stomach, and Havoc really needs to get that tag.
Yeah, desperate. I never thought I'd say this. Havoc desperately needs to tag Rosenthal, but both men are down now, Havoc and Bob, and we could be in for one of the most bizarre situations here because Havoc, he needs to get the tag to Ben, but equally Bob
needs Jimmy.
Bob needs to tag Jimmy.
Jimmy and Ben need to get in the ring, and they need to get in the ring yesterday.
Well, the count is up to 5, and I think both men are thinking, yes, they're going to make the tag.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's do it.
Benjamin Rosenthal, there's a lariat for you. Ducks the line. Back elbow to Jimmy C. Down he goes, but Bob Bob catching Ben Rosenthal in the corner.
I think the wrestling experience now is catching up to Ben there.
There's a hard knife-edge chop to the chest, the pale chest of Ben.
Yeah, unfortunately, the gi is no opponent for a well-placed chop from Bob.
Chop from Bob. Meanwhile, on the outside, look at this.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh!
Snap vertical suplex.
Those aren't thick. Let me tell you that. Those mats on the outside protect very little from a suplex.
Oh, no. And look who's left in the ring. In a prone position is Ben Rosenthal. Oh, we don't want to see this. Well, 7 years ago, we saw this move. He calls it the Seeples Elmo, for God's sakes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. Yes! Ben is out of the way.
Ben is primed. Ben is ready.
Double leg takedown now. And Ben, I think he's looking for a Boston Crab here, Sean. If he can only turn Jimmy onto his stomach.
And Jimmy very wisely trying to throw his weight in whatever opposite direction Ben is trying to thrust him into. It is to no avail.
Do you see that in the background there? The referee has just removed the chair from the hands of Havoc. Jimmy sees tapping.
Jimmy's over.
Jimmy's tapping, but Skinny Ref is distracted. Skinny Ref's down. I don't see quite what did it, but Bob is in the ring now.
Oh my God. Oh, Ben, oh!
Where did Bob come from with that chair out of nowhere?
And Ben's out. Passed out from the pain.
Oh, wait, no.
I can tell you I would have.
No, not this way. I don't mind not this way though. Come on.
What is going on here? I mean, the ref is still down. Oh wait, you're careful!
He went for that chair shot. Havoc taken out. Yes, himself and Bob. But wait, the cover.
Wait,
the
cover.
inside. No!
Whoa!
No! We are never going to hear the end of this.
Jimmy C has just pinned Ben Rosenthal and, I'll say it, secured the victory for his team in no.
This is just, of all the outcomes, this is the one I didn't want to see the most. The one where Jimmy C gets the pin.
Because I will say it's no thanks to Jimmy C. This is all Bob. I think Jimmy C realizes he won the match.
Oh, we are not going to hear the end of this.
Well, there he goes.
We are not going to hear the end of this, Sean. My God.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy yourselves today at PowerTrip. Well, now it is time for one of our main events. It is time for the main event of the first half of PowerTrip here at the Golden Grove Recreation and Arts Centre. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the RCW Grand Championship match.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the only championship that has eluded Matt Hayter here at Riot City Wrestling is the Emerald Crown. He's a former tag team champion, a former two-time Riot City Wrestling champion, and here he is on his way to potentially becoming a Grand Slam champion, Sean.
Well, it's one surefire way to potentially solidify yourself as one of the greatest wrestlers in Riot City Wrestling history, isn't it? Really add to every single accolade that you could possibly add to your illustrious career up until this point. Why not?
Well, that's right. Matt Hayter, since becoming the Grand Champion back at RCW 300 and then losing it to Dean Brady, has been on a bit of a vision quest, a bit of a mission to really define his legacy here in Riot City Wrestling. We saw back at Fringe Mania, we had the Battle of the Green Flame, in which Matt Hayter was victorious over Grimm, one of the founding fathers here of Riot City. He's really solidified his place as the heart and soul and the one who carries that torch forward. But tonight he could be adding another green item to his collection, that being the Emerald Crown.
It's a hard thing being the official ego though, because it's a great way to get yourself bruised, is to have somebody like the exception, Ben Braxton, burst onto the scene and really challenge everything that makes you a wrestler. Ben Braxton is an absolute phenom in the ring, and in such a short period of time has really established himself as potentially the next great competitor in Riot City Wrestling.
Well, Ben Braxton represents a bit of a new era here in Riot City Wrestling, and we're going to find out tonight if this era is here to stay or if Matt Hayter is really Grand Slam material. And here he comes, the exception, our RCW Emerald Crown holder, Ben Braxton. Of course, beat Sigma last year, holds a successful title defense over Sigma. Hey, look, at Fringe Mania, we can forgive him for not defending that championship because he was embattled in a bit of a rivalry with Dean Brady over the Grand Championship. But now his focus is back solely on defending and retaining that Emerald Crown.
And he's a man that has goals, right? He's somebody that understood, hey, I've got one title. Why not two? Why not add to my accolades right now in my debut year at Riot City Wrestling? And that's what Ben Braxton has never been short of his own ego. And that's not to be a negative. The fact of the matter is, to a man of that stature, of his athletic ability, of this power, really should have an ego. I think that's something that Matt Hayter recognizes, probably sees a bit of a mirror.
Well, let's go down to Luke Hazard for our in-ring introductions.
Boys and girls, residents of Riot City. The following match is a singles match scheduled for one fall. It is for the Riot City Wrestling Emerald Crown. Introducing first the challenger, standing to my left. Weighing today at 11:53 a.m. at 1,000 metric pounds. I don't know how that works. Of pure ego. He is your man, my man, and every month's favorite wrestler.
It's so indie, isn't it, to have an entrance like this?
He's the official ego.
Oh, yeah.
It's the longest.
The Dirtball Luchador.
Yes.
Standing to my right, he's one half of CBK. He is the exception. And one other exception, Matt Hayter is his mum's not my third favourite restaurant. He is the Riot City Wrestling Emerald Grand Champion.
Hold it. You're gonna call it hold on. Well, you heard it there. Ben Braxton, his mum is apparently her favorite wrestler is not Matt Hayter. So, you know, interesting there. We'll have to take up that point later. But we are set in here for one of, if not the most intensely competitive Emerald Crown matches we have ever seen. I cannot wait for this one to unfold.
Here's the thing, Ben Braxton has had to adapt very quickly to a particular style of wrestling, and that wrestling is this: do it in 15 minutes.
Well, Matt Hayter, you know, he's an endurance, a cardio king. Can he get the job done in 15 minutes? We are going to find out. This gorgeous Golden Grove Arts and Recreation Center. I just can't get over how beautiful this place is.
It's a new venue, a whole new era here for Riot City, and new opportunities abound. And for a new first-time meeting here, Matt Hayter, Ben Braxton. I mean, we just need to wait now for the 15 minutes to start onto the clock, and we will determine who really is the Emerald Crown holder.
Well, fans are just restless here. They are just really heated up here tonight. It's a 50-50 split, I'd have to say, between Braxton and Hayter. Here we go. 15 minutes on the clock. Emerald Crown on the line.
That's the thing I alluded to it earlier. There is a lot of reflection here between both Ben Braxton and Matt Hayter. Matt Hayter is Ben Braxton. There's a lot to see that these two are very similar in a lot of ways. And I will say, Matt Hayter is not early in his career. He's had a lot of goal rounds here. He's seen a lot of people come and go, but I can tell you this, I doubt he has seen someone the likes of Ben Braxton, nor has he wrestled someone the likes of Ben Braxton.
Oh, hey, look at this. Inside cradle, small package to start things off. You don't often see that.
So here we're looking for Pimp the Go-Go straight away here, looking to finish things within the first 30 seconds. Imagine.
Guys, we've got 15 minutes to play with here, but I don't know if we're going to get to the end of that time because these guys really trying to show off here, show that they can get it done in very short time. Well, you know, let's think about Matt Hayter and where he is in his career right now. He obviously is a bit of a mainstay at MCW right now. We recently saw him compete for Oceanic Pro Wrestling. Of course, he was in the Coliseum tournament over in PWA. He's got a lot of pokers in the fire, a lot of fingers in pies, if you will.
And I mean, look, conversely, look at Ben Braxton. He's been around UE Pro for more than a hot minute. We've seen him show his stuff here at World Series Wrestling. The man has also been staking his claim around Australia. Now here at Riot City Wrestling, both these men are looking to expand not only in their ground promotions, but abound and beyond.
And that's an interesting point too, because Matt Hayter, obviously, the heart and soul of Riot City Wrestling. He's part of the furniture here. And when he sees someone like Ben Braxton come in from another state and just do so well so quickly, there's got to be a little bit of professional jealousy there, Sean.
And I was just going to say, yeah, despite that, there is still a weird sort of competition through professionalism for these two, allowing each other into the ring. Now looking at chain wrestling, you can see there just shy of 12 minutes left on the clock.
Hayter, look at this, using every part of Braxton's body to tie him up like a pretzel now. Look at that, nice transition into a front chancery, but Braxton, the strength of this man.
Yeah, Hayter looking to wrestle circles around Ben Braxton, and Ben is not a small man. Let's start there. Ben is a unit.
The man is a unit, the man can fly, the man can grapple, he can do everything.
I don't know if you just noticed there, it's hard to miss. Hayter patting the head of the exception. I don't know how wise that is here. Maybe looking to invoke a reaction from the exception.
Well, it's a bit fascinating because Braxton, I think, a bit older than Matt Hayter, but Matt Hayter started wrestling when he was a 15-year-old boy. Braxton got to start a bit later in life. So Hayter has quite a number of years of experience on Braxton. So I'm wondering how that's going to play out in this one.
I think these two need to be careful now. You can see they're messing with each other. They're trying to invoke a reaction from each other. They need to be careful that the emotions don't get the better of them. But I think the egos may be getting the better of them as well. But listen to this crowd here.
It's just a complete test of your skill right now. Whatever you can do, I can do better. A nice counter there by Hayter.
It's so interesting the way this is unfolding. We are now coming down towards 11 minutes, and we're still in this feeling out process here between the two. They're really just trying to measure each other up, see what they have going on with each other, and trying to get them to make a mistake. Test of strength here as well.
Hayter's been put into an awkward bridging situation now. He's got to use his core, he's got to use his neck. Braxton has those shoulders down, but Hayter able to get them off.
You can see Hayter there is not going to take the easy way out. He's going to brute force his way right back to his feet, looking to do the same to Ben. I was going to say, I don't think he's going to win at the power game.
Kick out, both men have their shoulders down, hold on. Both men able to bridge up at the same time. It's like staring in a mirror.
Refusing to break the lock they have on each other here. And again, as I say, just a pure mirror right now.
Oh, absolutely. This is absolutely a treat to see. Top wrist lock now. Braxton able to swing his body weight through. Hayter down to the mat there. Waist lock applied by Braxton, but Hayter's trying to counter out. Braxton had that one scouted. Hayter lands on his feet. Counter after counter. Watch the super kick. Watch the forearm there, the hidden blade. Now Hayter off the ropes. Braxton able to dodge, get out of the way. There's a leapfrog, Sean. Hayter flying through. Braxton rolls through. Hayter down. Leapfrog by Hayter this time.
Starting to put the pedal to the metal here, and now, there we go.
And there's a slap. A little disrespectful slap across the face.
We're now a third of the way through this time limit match here. Remember, 15 minutes in order to gain the Emerald Crown.
You still feel like this one's in the first gear right now.
Good Lord, I mean, I think it just went up to the second gear as a massive slap from Hayter to Ben Braxton.
Yeah, I think the time for showboating and showing off is going out the window now. There's a drop kick, just taking Hayter off his feet.
That's it, that was a boot right to the jaw, square and true. Braxton has now taken Hayter well off his feet, and I think now you're going to see, well, you're going to see what both these men can do. There's no more feeling out. It's plain and simple, get the job done.
Well, Braxton now has to have that single focus back on Hayter, back on retaining that championship. Running into the corner, just flattening Hayter with a lariat in the second one.
I think the key here with the Emerald Crown is very simple. You can't get comfortable. That's the thing. You only have a short amount of time to be able to basically prevent your opponent from taking the championship from you.
Yeah, that's right. There's that knee. And now locked and loaded is Ben Braxton for that kick to the side of the head. But Hayter out of the way, had it scouted. Now there's the misdirect. And there's that European uppercut.
And I think that is a tactic that Hayter is trying to employ here. Is that misdirect, keep him discombobulated, make sure that Braxton has no idea where the attack is going to come from.
And keep quick on those feet. Hayter definitely would have that speed advantage being the lighter man.
Which is very interesting because Braxton not only has the power game, the man is damn quick.
Yeah, there's that kick he was looking for earlier. This time finds its mark. And now watch Braxton here. Hands free, lion salt. Hooks the far leg, lackadaisical cover, and Hayter barely able to kick out.
And I have to ask the question, what exactly is the weakness in Ben Braxton's game? And if there is one, is Hayter able to find it and exploit it? Because I think that's what it's going to take.
Well, Ben Braxton's only loss came at the hands of Dean Brady, and that was thanks to the distraction of the old guard at the end of the day, as well as a belt shot to the head. In singles competition, fair singles competition, Braxton has not been pinned or submitted.
Now Hayter looking for a huge lariat, looking for the cover. Angus!
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Nearly had it done. We're about halfway through. 7.5 minutes have gone by, and Hayter nearly became the Emerald Crown holder.
Yeah, over 7 minutes on the clock, and now just taking any opportunity now just to fire off, tee off without your opponent.
It feels like the match has settled into a higher gear now, but neither man can afford to waste too much time. The counter is ticking down second by second. And remember, time limit draw favors the champion, Sean.
See, and I really don't think you want to get into a striking game with Ben Braxton. The sheer force that the man can chop you with. Hold on. I mean, Hayter does hold on.
Yeah, he was almost able to get a schoolboy cover, but at least forced Braxton into the corner. He's able to get the elbow up. Hayter's going to go again, this time up and over, all the way to the floor.
Usually you'd be hoping that you can get your footing on the apron, to no avail for Hayter, and now he finds himself in a precarious predicament here.
Able to avoid that one, but I think Braxton catching Hayter with the kick again to the side of the head, and that I think found the same spot it did earlier, flooring Matt Hayter.
And this is the point now where I say Braxton needs to make sure that he doesn't get too complacent. You can't get comfortable. You need to keep your foot on the gas. You need to keep going, incapacitate your opponent, and you either need a... Oh, okay, sorry, Ben.
Oh my God, that was just hard as you like it. He wants one more. The fans, I think, want one more. Oh, just reverberating around the halls here of the Golden Grove Rec Center. Watch this, watch this. Back suplex on the apron.
Braxton is looking to punish the official ego at this point. And he's got, what, 6 minutes to go now? Really, I'd say it's anyone's ball game, but at the moment it's Braxton's ball game.
Yeah, maybe he can afford to stall for time here because the clock is ticking and Braxton's in the driver's seat. Outside, inside moonsault. This time Hayter gets out of the way. Looking for that step-up satellite DDT. Oh. He can't get it.
Braxton has it scouted, the champion, ready, coiled. Holy cow!
Twisting, vertical, neck breaker.
That could be it.
Cover this time. Oh, just the two, just the two. Everyone's turning around and looking at the clock because we're in the 5-minute range now.
That's it, 2/3 down, 1/3 to go. 5 minutes on the clock. Hayter has 5 minutes to gain the Emerald Crown.
Hayter has 5 minutes to seal his legacy. Otherwise, Ben Braxton will leave as champion. And now he's just toying. Brax is just toying with Hayter. Can he afford to do this? Sure.
That's it. Chops to the back, just taking his time now. Slowing the pace, oddly enough, is Braxton.
You can hear the crowd is building to a fever pitch, but Braxton could be looking to make short work of Hayter. If Hayter can't get out of this.
Now, and I think you're right, it is that professional jealousy, or at least professional competition between these two that is really fueling this match.
Hayter was able to catch the leg this time yet again. What's Brax gonna do? Hayter drops the leg. Brax just feeds him for a forearm.
Vicious forearm taking him. Hayter's out on his feet again with the chops.
Just a nonchalant chop there, lighting up the chest of Hayter, who's able to counter that Irish whip, but Braxton gets off the ropes here.
How?
Waiting for that head scissors, able to be caught by Hayter.
So I don't know what's more impressive, the Hurricanrana from Ben Braxton, or the fact that he caught him for a powerbomb.
Caught him for a powerbomb, follows up. This time there's a satellite DDT. Sending Brax sliding all the way to the other side of the ring.
Straight on the top of his head, and now this is an opening. Matt Hayter feels it. He knows how important this moment is.
There's a pile driver. Very rare you see Hayter pull out a pile driver. You know
3 minutes to go. 3 seconds to go.
Oh, jeez. 2 count only. Look at Hayter's face. He sensed victory was just seconds away.
And you can see there's that constant reminder as Hayter looks on the clock there. He knows literally to the second how much time he has left to get this done. The powerbomb and a pile driver combination doesn't get it done. What will?
Well, we still haven't seen the super kick, but is that what Hayter's thinking right now? Yes, he is. He's going to tune that band up, Sean.
Looking to take the head straight off of the champion, and Ben Braxton, as he slowly gets to his feet, we might be nearing the end.
Well, if he hits this, we'll see a new champion, but scooped up and taken down there with a modified version of the Blue Thunder Bomb.
That's it, heading into Deep Six territory there.
But look, Brax, he can't capitalize.
Both Braxton and Matt Hayter down as the 10 count starts. Again, there can be a 10 count, absolutely.
2.5 minutes left in this match. The referee's starting his count. Up to 4 now. Braxton, I think, is closer to getting to his feet. Hayter's still on his back.
I don't believe that Braxton is going to be simply happy to let the time run out. He wants to secure a victory here. He wants to solidify that hold on the goal, on the green and gold.
And now back to trading blows. Neither man can really afford this, though, because the timer is ticking just over 2 minutes. We're going to be down less than 2 minutes in a second here.
They're almost at our 2-minute warning, as it were.
Now getting up to their feet. Hayter bouncing off the ropes as we go to 1:59.
2 minutes remaining. Will it be Matt Hayter? Will it be Ben Braxton?
I mean, if I'm Braxton, I'm saying please bring this as long as you want. Let the time run out. But Hayter has other ideas. Hayter's got to find something. He's got to find that super kick. He's got to find whatever it takes. Braxton, though, this time.
Oh my God, a standing overhead belly to belly.
And yeah, he's still on his feet. Braxton didn't go over. Couldn't afford the time loss there, I guess. There's a Psycho knee, or a Claymore, I think.
And here we go. This might indeed be the closing moments, as now Ben Braxton feeling the moment, feeling the opportunity.
Could be going for that game changer. Could be going for that game changer. Hayter tries to counter.
Oh my God!
Crucifix bomb. 2. No! Nearly had it done. Hayter.
Half a second away from claiming the championship title. Matt Hayter, that may have been the last opportunity he had.
Does he have time for anything else? Time for one last plan, Hayter.
Whatever energy you have left, you need to utilize it right now.
Under a minute left. Super kick. If he can find the right super kick, he could get it done. Brax counters, though. Watch this, Brax.
Hey, oh my God!
That was the Soul Snatcher. From Braxton, the cover. 2, 3. No, Hayter gets his foot on the rope. And Braxton, he's more concerned with the clock at this point, I think.
Hayter is still in this match. You have to wonder, is Hayter aware of the time as we have?
25 seconds. 23 now.
Oh, what in the hell?
It's counting down. It's counting down. Hayter rolls through. Hayter.
Wait a minute.
There it is. One super kick, but Brax off the ropes. Both men are down. Is anyone going to be able to get up? We've got less than 10 seconds left.
Braxton ate a super kick, came away with his own haymaker.
2, 1, and we're out of time, folks. We are out of time.
This match has reached a time limit draw. Therefore, still, the Riot City Wrestling Emerald Crown holder, Ben Braxton.
That's exactly right. The 15-minute time limit was up. Therefore,
yeah, disappointing result. Braxton, I think, wants the microphone, though. Brax wants 5 more minutes, but is he in a position to do that?
I mean, that's unprecedented here.
We've never done this before for an Emerald Crown match, and oh, wait. Here comes our stand-in general manager, Dr. Kuda. He's putting 5 more minutes on the clock.
Gotta say, oh my God, I mean, we started 5 more minutes.
And we could be seeing only 5 more seconds needed. There's the game changer. And now, to retain his championship in overtime, 2. Oh my God, Hayter kicked out. He's the first person in Riot City to ever kick out of that game changer.
We're just making all sorts of records here. This is the very first time that the Emerald Crown has gone into overtime here. We're in completely uncharted territory.
Brax is frustrated, but hey, you wanted this, Brax. You asked for it, and Dr. Gouda gave it to you.
It's exactly what I wondered. I simply did not think that Ben Braxton was going to be okay with letting the time run down. Unfortunately, it's going to cost him.
That could cost him. That's the second super kick, and Hayter, not content, he's going up top.
He's halfway across the ring.
He's thinking moonsault. He gets it. We're going to have a new champ, Sean. 2. Oh my God, how did Brax kick out of that?
What in the hell has to be done to secure a 3 count here?
2 super kicks and a moonsault? Still not enough? You're kidding me.
Hayter feels it, knows the time is in, knows he has to keep going.
Well, this has got to be it now. Last chance saloon for Matt Hayter. A 3rd super kick in quick succession.
Braxton, the bell tolls for thee.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, come on now.
I mean, Kid coming through.
And we just went into overtime, and already Kit has seen enough. The bell's ring, and that's going to be a disqualification. He's going after Brax as well.
And Kit is unhinged.
Kit inserting himself into this match.
What the hell is the point of this?
Wait, here's Smash. Smash is here.
Well, where there's Kit, there's Smash.
These two are conjoined, it seems. Separated at birth, perhaps. They're going after each other at the conclusion of this Emerald Crown. Unfortunate conclusion.
I was going to say, this is where the championship match has ended up here. And hold on!
Brax and Hayter working together to dispatch of Kit. Now we're left with a real complicated situation. You see our referees conferring with Luke Hazard. We're going to have an official decision here, I think.
Has ruled this match as a result of interference on both sides and no contest. Therefore, still, the Riot City Wrestling Emerald Crown holder, Ben Braxton.
Well, no contest is the official decision, but we know it could have gone either way. Matt Hayter could have become the new champion. He's not happy about this. We're going to listen in to the official ego, hear what he's got to say. Kit, the ultimate disruptor.
Before I address you, you rat-faced little prick. Brax, you know, honestly, I didn't think you had the minerals to hang in there with someone like me. And I'm not going to discredit anything you've done as the Emerald Crown holder. Arguably, you've been the best since Vinny. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. If you look in this ring, there's blood all over the green, the white, and the black. That's my blood. spill my blood in this ring, I don't get angry. It lights that green flame even harder. And it's very, very clear that the green flame beats inside of you too. Anytime, any place, hopefully right here, we can run this back one more time.
Yes, please. Yes, please. One more time. Love to see it.
As for you, earmuffs children, you little dickhead. You ruined arguably what's going to be a match of the year contender. All I can say is that when I get my hands on you,
Not again. We don't need to see Guda again, do we? There he is. He is our general manager for the evening. Just the evening, though.
God willing.
Well, there you have it. A future four-way for the Emerald Crown. We'll have to wait until Big Brody Marshall signs off on it officially, but Guda seems to think that we're going to have a four-way match.
don't think for 1 second that this is an opportunity, kid, because this four-way is going to turn into a handicap real quick and we're going to kick the shit out of you.
I think potentially that's the first of its kind for the Emerald Crown on the line.
Well, I, for one, cannot wait for that. Braxton, Kit, Smash, Hater, Fatal four-way, Emerald Crown on the line. Sign me up. Sign me up for that. Give me all you got of that.
Yeah, I don't think Ben Braxton fully comprehends the severity of a situation he might be in, though. It's no longer a 50-50% chance that you come away with the title. Your percentage goes down drastically to 25%, a 1 in 4 chance that you come away with that belt.
At best, but we're going to find out when we roll on with Riot City Wrestling.
Hey, champ. Hey, Nick Armstrong. I hope your brother hyped you up real good this morning. I hope he gave you so much hope. Because you're not only not leaving here with this, you won't even be leaving here with your health.
And Hayley Hendricks, you're in the old guard's yard now, and you're getting mauled by the mad dog.
Well, there are huge implications in our Emerald Crown division, but right now we're going to see two of our best women in action, in singles action. Of course, Violet Blitz, member of the Old Guard, she said in a social media post this week to Haley Hendricks that you're a little girl in a big girl's world. Very excited to see these two match up, Sean.
Yeah, unfortunately, for better or for worse, Haley Hendricks has found herself in the crossfire of the Old Guard, specifically at Violet Blitz for quite some time, and it's giving her an opportunity here on a big stage, but unfortunately it's given her an opportunity to draw the ire of Violet Blitz.
Well, this is Haley Hendricks' debut singles match. She, of course, has been in multi-man, 6-man, 8-man tag team action in the past, but finally she's stepping out of that stage, under that spotlight on her own for a singles match here at PowerTrip. And I, for one, think that the work she's been putting in at Riot City, in the gym, her experience in those multi-mans, I think it's going to serve her extremely well against Violet Blitz.
It does cause you to wonder how much has Violet Blitz been able to exactly prepare for what may or may not happen in a match against Haley Hendricks, because you only have so much to draw from. So there's a bit of an enigma that Hendricks presents here for Violet Blitz.
And notice no Old Guard out with Violet Blitz. It is just her mano a mano, or a womano, I guess.
That's the correct term.
Here we go, Haley Hendricks and Violet Blitz. Of course, Violet Blitz coming off a successful singles match against Amber at Fringe Mania, but of course we saw Haley Hendricks come out to the aid of Amber after that match. So you wonder if there's a potential alliance brewing there. You have to wonder, but Haley Hendricks, listen to that reaction for the young cheerleader.
Let's not forget, it wasn't that long ago that Haley Hendricks found herself in the ring against Dean Brady, of all people.
Yeah, Haley Hendricks, believe it or not, was in a Riot City Wrestling Grand Championship match. That was a triple threat back at our last Mean Street Mayhem event. Of course, we've got another Mean Street Mayhem event coming up this Saturday.
Both of them dancing with each other. Okay, there we go.
Lulling
that
her
makes
into
more sense.
False sense of security, Sean.
I'm going to say, I'm not sure that Blitz is exactly willing to go to too many dance parties these days.
Now, Violet Blitz just has a bad attitude. Running with the Old Guard for as long as she has been has just absolutely soured her vibes. As the head says it's a Hurricane Rana from Haley Hendricks. I think she needs to focus a little bit more on Violet Blitz, because Violet Blitz is back to her feet very quickly, but laid out again with that lariat by Hendricks.
You know, professional wrestling calls all sorts. A lot of athletic people, athletic bodies, a whole range of different backgrounds, and Haley Hendricks definitely has an athletic background through her work in cheerleading and tumbling, I believe, and a whole host of athletic events. And the fact of the matter is that is exactly what she relies on in this ring, and now, as you're about to see, outside the ring.
Well, that's right. Haley Hendricks, we heard in an interview earlier in the week, that she is has been on the national stage for gymnastics or cheerleading. Is a flyer, whatever that is. I'm not across the cheer terminology, so you're going to have to fill me in on that.
We are experts in the tumbling and cheerleading community, well documented.
Hugh Beauty, I get that. Cricket, I understand. Cheer, it's going to take me a little bit of time to get, with the lingo.
And potentially that is exactly what is drawing the vitriol of Violet Blitz. Seeing a newcomer come in here, get these opportunities on a main stage, yes, against her of all things, but that has to clearly rub Blitz the wrong way.
A lot of people would say that Violet Blitz didn't really find herself until she joined the Old Guard, and that was at a relatively deep stage within her career. Meanwhile, Hendricks has taken what's made her successful outside of the world of wrestling, has applied it to Riot City, and is reaping the rewards.
We are seeing here just the way that she's simply dragging Hendricks around the ring. That is what has made, especially recently, Blitz so dangerous in the ring. She's been able to harness that anger, that aggression towards her opponent into a very dangerous arsenal.
Kick out at 2, or a gingerly rolling with the shoulder off the canvas. What I'm noticing about Violet Blitz in this match is she's stringing together offense one after the other. She's not wasting any time. She's staying on top of Hendricks. And this is something that Hendricks needs to learn if she's going to be successful. She's got to smother the flame out. That green flame we talk about that burns inside the wrestlers, you need to smother that out if you're going to be successful.
I think Haley Hendricks is still finding her footing, finding her place, and absolutely finding how to interact as a wrestler, how to find herself, and you only do that through reps, and unfortunately through a lot of turnbuckle smashes.
Just dunked on her head from Violet Blitz from quite a height. Now Violet Blitz is just going to take Hendricks back deep in the ring. I think trying to apply a bow and arrow style submission here to the back of Hayley Hendricks. Look, you can see that knee is placed well between those shoulder blades.
And this is the thing, Blitz offense is not pretty. It's not intended to be. It's simply meant to inflict pain and punishment.
Hold on! Cover! 2 count only. Very close though for Hendricks.
There's no way. Imagine what a victory against Violet Blitz would do for Hayley Hendricks' career.
Hendricks is just so quick at getting those covers. Blink and you'll miss it. She's got Blitz up against the rope, but Blitz able to counter through, gets that knee to the midsection, Sean.
You can see Blitz now able to gain back the momentum, and I think that is what is going to take a bit of time to learn, is how do you find those moments of opportunity? How do you capitalize on those moments and maintain that momentum?
Oh, wow. Violet Blitz just, I think, discombobulated there, allowing Hendricks to get her with something quite unorthodox, and
flipping over into a stunner, and now Hendricks taking a moment to...
Yeah, Violet's got the leg though. Look, Sean, Violet's got that foot. She's not letting go. That is a veteran instinct there.
You know, absolutely wise on the part. Hendricks probably going to go for a high-octane, high-offense maneuver here. Keep her grounded, keep her close towards you, and then you can gain back the offense, really. And that is what you can see. Blitz there doing everything in her power to keep Hendricks close.
Oh, and I think Hendricks was able to slightly duck out of the way before being caught with that lariat to the back of the head. I think it was a glancing blow, Sean. Blitz not looking for that cover. He knows it was a glancing blow.
Oh, there we go. And that's why. That's exactly why.
But I don't know how much leverage she was able to get from those ropes there. She was probably a little bit too close. Still, the referee was able to see it, snuff that one out.
Violet Blitz maybe a bit too hasty to get there, to get that extra advantage. And now, well, speaking of advantage and leverage here.
Well, he's not here tonight, but we're going to see a move made famous by Graham.
Oh my God, there's a mentor of Blitz here in full swing.
Gallows, but Hendricks able to fight out, Sean.
You notice how quickly Hendricks identified the predicament she was in.
Hey, look at this. Frankensteiner. Now she's going to go for the cover.
Center of the ring.
2, and Blitz able to kick out.
Yeah, Hayley Hendricks very much, well, holding her own here in this environment.
Hey, she's doing a tremendous job here. If she can just stay on top of Blitz, she might have a chance of walking away with the victory.
I have to say, I do actually... Oh!
There's a Urinage by Violet Blitz out of seemingly nowhere.
I do commend Violet Blitz here, as you noted earlier on, no old guard.
Yeah, no old guard interference thus far. We've seen how well that's worked out for Grim in the past. Kind of unsuccessful as of late. Oh. Violet, I am not sure what she was going for there.
Looking for a forearm drop or an axe handle smash.
Unsuccessful, and she is staggered, eating a face full of boot there.
There you go, this is that opportunity that I spoke about. Hendricks has to identify it, has to capitalize, and capitalize quickly.
What is Hendricks going to do here? Going for a second rope lion salt. Landing empty is the pool. Violet Blitz rolled out of the way.
And you saw how quickly Violet Blitz got herself out of the way, and Hendricks didn't notice until it was too late, and that is going. Oh my God!
Swinging fisherman's neck breaker, cover 2. That's the 3. Blitz successful.
You can see there's that veteran experience there that unfortunately cost Hendricks. Violet Blitz scouted the opportunity and executed her maneuver to perfection.
Oh, not only to perfection, but I think she might have taught Hayley Hendricks a thing or two. Maybe the lights were just too bright on this occasion for young Hendricks, but I still feel like her future is incredibly strong, incredibly sound. But Violet Blitz continues her winning ways here to a 2-match winning streak here at Riot City Wrestling. Let's see if she can keep the momentum rolling forward. Well, we're going to keep rolling forward now because we've got another championship match coming up right now.
One thing about the Armstrongs is we can adapt to any situation. At Fringe Mania, there was opportunity, and I seized it. And now, I'm the #1 contender. With my brother by my side, I can do anything. including beating you, Dean Brady, for the RCW Grand Championship. You're so confident with the old guard watching your back. But at PowerTrip, when you lose that championship, you might just lose the old guard too.
The following match is for the Riot City Wrestling Tag Team Championship.
Could be the Morons, or could be the Move, or could be the future two-time tag team champions if they get their way, because here comes Vincent DiMaria and Snacks. They are the #1 ranked contenders, Sean. They are the former tag team champions, and they are going up against Party Hard here tonight.
Yeah, these two teams are no strangers to each other as well. They've had quite a few battles over the past year or so, and very much over those RCW Tag Team Championships. And ever since CBTM have sniffed the gold and have had them around their waist, they really just have not been able to let it go, have they? They want it again. They genuinely want it so badly, and by God, do they have an opportunity tonight.
Well, they was victorious over the Armstrongs at RCW 300. Lost those titles in a tables match at Battle for Supremacy, but hold on, we're going to hear from Vincent DiMaria, I think. What's the young general got to say? Fans here showing their disdain for these two. Are they even going to let him talk? What's going on here?
Being simply drowned out by the crowd here.
Can barely hear it.
CBTM would like to address a rumor that Party Guy Ty is not at the venue this evening due to injury.
Well, that's what I'd heard as well, that there was a cloud surrounding Party Guy Ty.
I'm not here to confirm that rumor.
What? Wait a second. The only way they could confirm that is if they're the ones behind it. Look, they've got Party Guy Ty's gear right there. Well, this throws some doubt, some question marks over this tag team title match. CBTM seemingly...
That tonight we will become the RCW Tag Team Champions. And we're already 50% of the way there.
Hey! What? So let's just clarify.
CBTM becomes two-time RCW Tag Teams.
Party Guy Ty, there were questions about whether or not he was here tonight. Seems like CBTM have eliminated him from action, but Banjo Powers is still here.
Yeah, I gotta say, you don't just claim the titles. It's not exactly how it works.
So is Banjo Powers is he gonna fight this 2-on-1? What's happening here? Are we still gonna have a tag team title match?
Really hoping cooler heads are gonna prevail here. I mean, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Get Gooder out.
Well, here he is.
Now, I will not have my first night as GM spoiled by the likes of you.
His first night? Come on, his only night, sure.
Now, I can confirm Party Guy Ty is not here. But we have a paying audience to see a tag team championship match.
Oh, wow.
Metro, you have a decision to make. Either you forfeit the belts tonight, or you face CBTM on your own for the titles.
Well, come on, that's hardly fair for Banjo Powers.
It's not exactly Sophie's choice here.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know what you clowns did to Party Guy, but I've never done things the easy way. I've only ever done things the hard way.
He's gonna do this the hard way. I think that means Yes, we're going to have a tag team championship match. It's going to be a handicap match now, Sean.
That's it. One man is going to defend 2 titles here, and I got to say he's not lacking for guts, that's for sure, but I don't know if this is particularly smart on the part of Banjo Powers.
Well, hold on now, Banjo Powers got that schoolboy roll.
Wait a minute!
Could, almost retain those championships there, but Vincent DiMaria on the outside. I think that 2-on-1 numbers game is going to be too much for him.
That's it. You're already seeing the benefits of having 2 men against 1. It's just simply going to be overpowering. It's elementary at this point.
It's going to be a challenge, to say the least, for for Banjo Powers.
Snacks hasn't even taken his hoodie off yet.
Party Guy Ty, very disappointing that he was assaulted by CBTM. Hopefully there's some repercussions when Big Brody Marshall's back in power, but for now we've got Banjo Powers, and look at this.
There we go. The brotherhood of CBTM. Wait a minute.
2 all nearly had it done there.
Gotta say, as far as strategies are concerned, it's really not a bad one from Powers here. Just finish it up quick.
Stick and move, stick and move. Off the ropes comes Banjo Powers. Oh, just flattened by Vincent DiMaria.
Absolutely, taking the head off of one half of the RCW Tag Team Champions here.
And let's not forget, it was a tables match in which Party Hard became Tag Team Champions. So Vincent DiMaria and Snacks have said that they were never pinned or submitted for those titles. And once again, Party Hard don't actually own a pinfall victory over CBTM. So the mountain tonight from Banjo Powers is extremely high.
And some might say insurmountable here. The fact of the matter is that this is just really, in no sense of the word, is this a wise decision from Banjo Powers. And really, CBTM have all but solidified themselves as the new tag team champions. You have to, I don't mean to really doubt the heart and the soul of Banjo Powers, but really, CBTM is such a formidable tag team in their own right.
Look, anything can happen. And I've seen Banjo Powers in 2-on-1 situations before. I remember one time when Katie Trey abandoned him, Banjo Powers nearly defeated both Delta and Dean Brady on his own.
This is the fact of the matter. You say nearly. The man has heart, the man has skill, but up against the skill and power of CBTM, I really don't know how he gets it done.
Look, that was 4 years ago. Banjo Powers has only been #harder since then, so let's not write him off just yet, but needless to say, this is an uphill battle as Vincent DiMaria clobbering blow across the shoulder blades. Tags made again, and here comes Snacks, the Midnight Delight.
Yeah. CBTM firmly in control of the champion here, and now smelling victory. And you can see here, there's no need to employ the tag team strategy of keeping him to your side. You have run of the entire ring. There's no one to tag.
Cover 2 count only. You can see the disappointment on Snacks. He wants to finish this one early before he breaks a sweat.
Yeah, you notice here the quick tag in succession by Vinny and Snacks here. In, out, in, out. Keep yourself fresh.
Well, no one, aside from Matt Hayter, has the golden flame burning inside of them as much as Banjo Powers. How strong is that flame going to be tonight? Is that flame going to be enough to overcome the numbers game? There's an Inzaguri.
And this is exactly where Banjo would be going for the tag.
You're right. He reached out for it, but nobody there. And there's a big boot from Snacks.
As a tag team competitor, especially over a large stretch of time, there are just certain things that become muscle memory. You almost feel your tag partner on the corner there.
Well, this is extremely disappointing given that Party Hard fought so hard to become tag team champions. We thought we may never see Party Guy Ty in a wrestling ring again until that triumphant reunion between the two last year.
I'm going to say now, using CBTM against one another, using them as weapons, and now goading Snacks over the ring, and here's an opportunity.
Low bridge followed by a low drop kick sends both members of CBTM to the outside.
I think Banjo's just looking for any opportunity to be able to take out both men at the same time, maximize damage.
Here he comes, #hard, #Sope Suicida. Taking out Vincent DiMaria.
I believe Snacks moving out of the way, keeping himself out of harm's way, but now facing the pole.
Hey, this is great for Banjo Powers. This is what he wants to do, but there's the numbers game yet again.
You can see Banjo's trying to just ride that adrenaline, really just put the pedal to the metal here, and oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, God!
Just a back-shattering body slam there on the really hard floor. There are no gives on those mats.
I have to say, Snacks has to be careful though. They can still be disqualified, and that's another way that Banjo Powers can retain the championships for his team.
Yeah, disqualification or count out. Lateral press now by Vincent DiMaria. There's a kick out at 2. Still some fight left in Banjo Powers. You can see the determination on his face, the frustration setting in maybe for CBTM, who need to think about ending this one.
It's it, refusing to give that never say die attitude, that philosophy that Party Hard employed. However,
for doomsday device, but Banjo out the back door. There's what you need to do.
That's it, create moments for yourself.
There's a Party Popper paying homage to his tag partner, Party Guy Ty, but
Banjo Powers is looking to create an opportunity, launching Snacks into Vinny.
Yeah, there's that rocket launcher. This is exactly what Banjo Powers has to do. This is why you can never count him out. Hold on, wait a second, Sean. Banjo, he gets it. Come on, Banjo, to retain the championship.
1, 2,
no, nearly. Very nearly did Banjo Powers do the impossible.
Look, if ever there was a moment that this was going to work out for Banjo, that was it. That was it right there. And it is now gone.
Yeah, well, maybe, but there could be another right around the corner here. If Banjo can dig deep, find something inside of himself.
And now this is what I was afraid of. It's given enough time for Di Maria to bring us back up to the corner. Is that enough of a distraction?
Whoa, 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 look at the leap. The vertical leap from Snacks. There was a tag.
Oh, good grief.
Superplex, and then into the legal man, Vincent Di Maria, and this is going to set up for that rose-colored hammer, and to retain, or to become champions for the second time.
Exactly?
Oh, he kicked out! How did Banjo Powers kick out?
Taking an onslaught of offense there, and somehow, someway, Banjo Powers is still in this match.
Vincent Di Maria saying 2. That was only 2. But you feel like it is just elemental now because Banjo can't even get to his feet.
Banjo is not out of danger just yet. CBTM stalking from behind here.
Yeah, this is just uncomfortable, like a pack of hyenas here, just surrounding Banjo Powers.
I'm not even sure who exactly is the legal man right now. Does it even matter? There you go, just swarming into him. Oh no!
There's that snapshot DDT. Vincent Di Maria makes the cover, and we've got new champions.
Valiant effort, I will give him that, and I am sorry and I apologize that there was little belief that Banjo Powers could get this done, but the proof is in the pudding. How exactly do you combat against those odds?
Well, Banjo Powers has the uncanny ability to make me believe. He makes me believe that anything is possible, but tonight was just not his night. Hopefully we find out what happened to Party Guy Ty. Hopefully we get some answers and some punishment for those behind whatever happened.
I mean, once again, this is a brilliant strategy executed by CBTM. They had a plan, they implemented it, and they are now the champions once again.
They are indeed the champions, 2-time tag team champions. The tag division has just been put on notice. Maybe we have one fewer tag team, but ladies and gentlemen, time for the main event.
It's funny, Nick. You make some good points. I believe you. But I also believe that they're the exact points that someone in your position would make. And you're actually naive to the whole situation. Let's say if you win, who would you think takes the first shot at the champ while he's not looking? It's a well-known fact that siblings in pro wrestling don't mix. Hell, when's the last time you saw my sister? When's the last time you saw the Basso brothers in the ring together? And who is the common thread? Me. The chaplain of the old guard. The muscle mercenary. The biggest and baddest champion. The grandest champion that RCW has ever seen. And that PowerTrip, Nick. The real champ is here.
My name is Louis Hazard, the voice of Extreme Wrestling. And I am more than honoured to present to you the main event for Riot City Wrestling PowerTrip 2026 live right here at the Golden Grove Recreation and Arts Centre. And it is for the Riot City Wrestling Grand Championship.
Look at this venue. This is just the perfect place for this main event to take place, because we are going to set in for the Riot City Wrestling Grand Championship, and we could see Nick Armstrong become a 4-time champion. So I guess he'd be the champ. Is that right, Sean?
Champ, squared, however way you cut it. The fact of the matter is this man is no stranger to the heavyweight championship of RCW.
Nick Armstrong, along with his brother Jet Armstrong, spent most of 2025 in the tag team division. He was victorious in that Fringe Frenzy 7-way scramble back at Super Clash 8. Guarantees him a shot at the Riot City Wrestling Grand Championship. I'm going to share this statistic with you, Sean. The last time Nick Armstrong main evented an RCW event for the top championship was back in 2021 against Matt Hayter. It has been a long time between drinks for Nick Armstrong, but he is confident that tonight is his night.
Of course, around the time that I debuted my career in commentating for professional wrestling was the last time that Nick Armstrong was vying for that top title. It's a very interesting situation that Nick Armstrong has had in RCW. He is arguably just as prolific a singles competitor as he is a tag team competitor.
That's right, he started his tag team career in 01, or known now as Wrestle Rampage, alongside his brother as the Golden Aztecs, or Los Aztecas. Tag team champions, of course, in MCW, Riot City Wrestling all over the country. Multi-time Riot City Wrestling champion in the main event here tonight. We're hearing again for the second and potentially last time tonight the theme of the old guard as we greet our grand champion, Dean Brady.
Flanked by Viola Bliss, once again coming up her victory from early on tonight. And this exemplifies the old guard right here. Pure domination, pure fury, and pure absolute excellence in the ring. It cannot be denied. And Dean Brady, another individual who has had an absolutely phenomenal run as a singles competitor, also has had fantastic success as a tag team wrestler himself.
Not only just tag team wrestling, he was in a tag team at one time that included Nick Armstrong. Let's not forget Nick Armstrong, a former member of the Old Guard. Actually, the night that Nick left the Old Guard was the night that Dean Brady joined it. So a little bit of a sliding doors moment there.
So they were two ships passing in the night. It wasn't exactly a changing of the guard, as it were. They just missed each other.
And let's not forget, 2 times successful in defending that championship at Fringe Mania, once against Ben Braxton, and then against Redshaw at Super Clash 8 in the main event. So Dean Brady coming on to a bit of a hot streak in this one, looking for another successful title defense. Let's go down now to Luke Hazard for official in-ring introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, residents of Riot City, this is your main event for Riot City Wrestling PowerTrip 2026, and it is for the Riot City Wrestling Grand Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, stand to my right. Tonight, he looks to become the champ. Give it up for Nick Armstrong! As the party, stand to my left. Riot City Wrestling Grand Champion, Dean
And no love lost between the residents and Dean Brady. He's been running roughshed over Riot City since joining the Old Guard, but specifically since leading the Old Guard and excommunicating former leader Chris Basso out of the company. Wait a second! And potentially excommunicating Jed Armstrong. Look at that spear. Bell hasn't even rung yet.
And Dean Brady perhaps looking to take out an Armstrong, just potentially the wrong Armstrong, but really, I think he's fine with anyone at this point. He just wants to exact destruction, and maybe emotionally, psychologically, that still is going to do the damage to Nick Armstrong ahead of this contest.
Look at the glee on his face. He's so proud of himself that he thought of that. He is so proud of himself. Jed Armstrong is a competitor, he is a wrestler here, but I didn't realize that Brady considered him that much of a threat. They'd have to spear him out of his boots before the match even begins. Well, now the playing field is lopsided yet again. Dean Brady, who I believe is the most complete wrestler we have here, doesn't need to do this, but the bell has sounded, the main event has begun. Dean Brady versus Nick Armstrong here at PowerTrip.
The bravery it took for Nick Armstrong to simply run straight full force at Dean, who was doing the exact same thing. Terrifying.
Sends Brady out to the outside, does Nick Armstrong. Find some time to think maybe, because I don't think he's had much of a chance to do that.
Now immediately, I mean, this match heading straight to the outside.
Fighting all around the Golden Grove Arts and Recreation Center. You get to see just how gorgeous this venue is. You've got the tiered seating, they're fighting into the fans here. Getting a great look at just how expansive this place is.
There you go, this beautiful venue contrasting against this violent affair taking place between champ and champ.
Fans here are loving it. They are so close to the action, but the action needs to get back in the ring. I think Michael Kent's going to be a little bit lenient here with the count, given that this is our main event.
Yeah, I guess it's main event time, baby.
It is main event. Nick Armstrong has been no stranger to main events over the years. He has fought some of RCW's best and brightest.
Vicious knife-edge chop from the champ.
As I said, former 3-time champion. Championship victories over Adam Brooks, Grimm, and Davey Green to win those titles.
There's just a back and forth here, and then, sorry to cut you off there, but just immediately how vicious an onslaught both men are. Straight to one another here in this early going.
Back in the ring now, Nick Armstrong on top, knife-edge chop again in the corner, sending his opponent Brady into the other corner, the opposite corner for another knife-edge chop. Now into the third corner. Brady counters this time and tries to fire back with an open hand strike, and there's another one. Another knife edge chop from Armstrong.
Yeah, it's very telling, understanding that both Dean Brady and Nick Armstrong, former and current, were people that were scouted, let's call it what it is, scouted by the old guard. It's understanding the kind of person that Nick Armstrong has been in the past will make you realize just how dangerous a competitor he is. And I hope Dean Brady is taking that into account here tonight.
That's right, Dean Brady. Let's go over his accolades. He is, of course, cover. Firstly, only a 1 count. Former RCW Tag Team Champion on 3 separate occasions. Former Emerald Crown holder, current Grand Champion. He is one of only 2 Grand Slam champions here in Riot City, along with Zach Sabbath, of course. Oh, another knife edge chop, and this one took Armstrong down to his knees.
I've gone on record many a time saying that I believe here in Riot City Wrestling, Dean Brady is the total package. He is the one to look out for. He really exemplifies what RCW can be. And honestly, it's really hard to see how anyone is going to be able to topple him.
Well, that's right. No one has been able to defeat Dean Brady in singles competition in almost a year here in Riot City Wrestling. He is on some hot streak, and that hot streak could continue here tonight. He could add another defense to his already impressive roster of defenses.
That's it. Is it dominance or is it experience that takes over here tonight? That really is the tale of the tape. Nick Armstrong has tasted gold 3 times before. Has not been on that main stage, not in the main event, as you said, for the heavyweight title in, what, 5 years now?
Come up in 5 years. Dean Brady already in this current reign has defended against Redshaw, Ben Braxton, of course in a 4-way match that featured Mr. Cliff and Smash. So he's taken on all comers from a variety of different disciplines, a variety of different styles. I dare say that Nick Armstrong is the most experienced of his championship contenders thus far, though. So we're going to find out how much experience has to offer in this match for Armstrong.
See, they're just wrenching down, forcing Nick Armstrong back into a prone position once more, trying to sap the strength from the champion, force a, if not a submission, simply have the man pass out.
Dean Brady calls himself the King of Adelaide. He's also wrestled all around Adelaide, from Goodwood Community Centre to Kilkenny, where our gym is, to here at the Golden Grove Arts and Rec Centre. And there's a side slam for your troubles.
You notice there, Dean Brady is simply not allowing Nick Armstrong to gain any sort of momentum. Cuts him off as soon as he can, brings down the pace once again, brings it down to his tempo.
Now he's going to build up a little bit of a head of steam here. Off the ropes, out of the way is Armstrong. Dean Brady landed on that right elbow.
Armstrong wisely moving out of the way, and now has an opportunity here to see some of that old Armstrong fire.
That's right, that Armstrong fire. And let's not forget, it's been 5 years since Armstrong was in a championship match, but his last RCW championship reign happened back in 2018. So that's nearly 8 years ago. So it's again just lighting that fire inside Nick Armstrong. He hasn't held a singles championship since that time either. So a lot on the line here, a lot of pride on the line here for Armstrong.
There you go, now this suplex reversal. Yeah, Nick Armstrong is hungry for another championship, another accolade to add there to his own personal collection. And now Nick Armstrong again with a chance, willing himself through the crowd. He doesn't have Jed Armstrong, his brother, on the outside anymore. It's just one man versus one man.
And I will say that Nick Armstrong, he holds victories over Old Guard members, including Chris Basso. So he's done it in the past, and I think under the right conditions, he could do it here tonight.
Maybe looking here for the cutter.
Potentially too early, I think. Yes, and Brady had that one accounted for. Sends Nick off the ropes, and this time scooped up for a blue thunderbomb, Sean. 2 and kick out from Brady.
You don't think Armstrong expected Dean Brady to be on his feet that quickly?
But it was very, very, very quick thinking from Armstrong to be able to hit that move. A little bit of desperation now, but Armstrong's got to stay confident. He's got to stay on top of the champion.
It does become a battle of attrition. You need to stay on top of the other man. You need to be able to last longer.
Wait. Could be looking for an F5. No, slides down the back, does. Armstrong goes for a clothesline there. There's a spear! Thunderous spear, and to retain, no, just a kick out at 2.
We've seen 2 spears to an Armstrong tonight, and that one almost spelled disaster for the champ.
So close to retaining yet again was Brady.
The range of emotions now going across the face of Dean Brady. Incredulity followed immediately by just pure reservation.
Dean Brady, he is just an animal inside those squared circles, inside the ropes here at Riot City and wherever he does wrestle. But this is something we don't see from our champion very often. Not a place he likes to go. He's uncomfortable there on the top rope. And yes, Armstrong sensed it.
I have to say, it's not very often that Nick Armstrong heads to the top either, but an opportunity is an opportunity.
Here we go, and a 2 count yet again. The look on Armstrong's face tells the entire story.
You have to hope Dean Brady doesn't come to regret that decision there. That was an unfortunate stumble in the game plan of the Muscle Mercenary.
Really an unforced error too. Brady didn't need to do that. He was well within the driver's seat, and now, for the first time, a little bit of confidence on the face of Armstrong.
Unfortunately, there is a bout of arrogance that is always there for a Dean Brady title defense.
Wait. This is not something we usually see either.
Going for an F5?
Yeah, could be thinking F5 there.
Going for a cutter?
Backslide now. Just the 2.
Oh wait, again with the sleeper.
Yeah, that's a very classic move of Brady. Able to roll through. Is Armstrong, though, almost gets it done there.
You're hitting that next temper here as both men looking to get anything, a submission, a quick pin.
Wait, and this is how Armstrong won that #1 contendership, won that frenzy 7-way scramble, was the sharpshooter.
Dean Brady screaming in agony, center of the ring. Look at the power though.
Brady's got to get to that rope, he's got to force the break. Armstrong though, an expert of the sharpshooter. And look at this, drags Brady back, center of the ring, and sits in deep.
Could the champion tap? Could Dean Brady tap out here tonight?
The agony on Brady's face. And look at this violent blitz causing the distraction, forcing the break for Armstrong.
That's exactly it. You have to remember old guard now on the outside here, and that is a factor that... wait a minute, hold on!
No, not like this. An F5. There's your F5 to retain the championship. And no! Armstrong kicks out.
3-time RCW champion Nick Armstrong has kicked out of Dean Brady's most dangerous maneuver.
And Brady he cannot believe it. He is beside himself. That usually works for him. The distraction, the F5, he should have retained, he said.
What is Dean Brady calling for here, though?
Well, he's calling for violent blitz to get that championship, the Grand Championship, that belt. But that would cause an instant disqualification if referee Michael Kent was to see him use it.
I mean, I guess that goes in the favor of the old guard here, but come on.
We saw this. Hey!
Wait a minute!
Jet Armstrong back from the dead. Injured ribs and all from that spear.
Oh no!
Injured side of the head, baby. That could be a concussion. That
Wait
could
a
be
minute!
the Armstrong cutter.
Is that just enough time?
Here we go. New champ.
Whoa.
No!
You can almost smell it. The champ almost became 4-time champion here tonight.
The fingertips were just mere millimeters away from making contact with the canvas.
And Dean Brady, head rattled, unsure of where he is, and Nick Armstrong unsure of what has to come next.
Yeah, and I don't think Dean Brady realizes how close he was to losing that championship.
Let's see here, I think Dean Brady does not feel it. You might hear the vibrations in the ground, but Nick Armstrong says, I've done it once, let's go a second time. Cutter times 2.
He is locked up for that arm. Strong, no. And Michael Kent in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Dean Brady, I'm sure, knew exactly where the referee was. Knows where the belt is, knows where Armstrong is.
Oh, F5, but Armstrong, he landed on his feet. Armstrong cutter, denied by Brady.
It's an unfortunate situation we find ourselves in, unfortunately here. No!
Armstrong cutter on the belt! Armstrong cutter, and Brady landed face first on that zinc, the copper, the metal plating of the belt.
That's it, landed square and true, but unfortunately Angus is no referee.
No, here he is.
Wait a minute.
Here we go. 2, 3, no! Brady kicks out.
Brady, having the benefit of a couple of seconds difference, was just enough to be able to shake the cobwebs and get the shoulder up.
just incredible. That's got to be the nearest near fall I have ever seen.
Oh, Armstrong needs to be careful now.
He does. He doesn't want to get himself disqualified this close to potentially becoming a 4-time champion.
Nick, if you use the belt, say goodbye to the championship.
Well, I don't think Kent. I think Kent is still somewhat down, so Armstrong might have an opportunity if Kent doesn't see what he does. Goes for that belt, but this time caught in the F5.
No!
Oh, and he lands hard on the canvas.
And unfortunately, I think that spells doom
Here
for
we
the
go.
champ.
1,
No!
2, and he kicks out!
Again!
The champ. There is fight inside the champ.
Muscle Mercenary hit multiple spears, multiple F5s, and Nick Armstrong will not die.
He will not go quietly into that good night. Nick Armstrong is fighting through, but Brady is incensed beyond belief.
He's been goaded here by Armstrong that says, bring it.
Armstrong's back to his feet. He says, fight me. Oh, and
no.
there.
No. Not a third time.
There it is, another F5 to seal the deal. This time, surely, and he gets it done. Sean Dean Brady adds another defense to his successful lineage of defenses thus far. Who can stop the muscle mercenary? Well, Jed Armstrong's wondering the same thing, but we're almost out of time here. I'd just like to say it's been an absolute pleasure calling Riot City with you these last several years. I look forward to what RCW does in the future. Until then, I was the historian Angus Ardacey for Sean Thomas. Farewell.